That could be. I wish I had the cleavage back that I had when my daughter was born.
Sue, I think your husband is just happy.
Yeah.
I think he is a happy, happy man. And best of luck to you tonight.
All right.
Thank you so much. You take care. We got more coming up on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. News Talk 95.3, Michiana's News Channel. Got to tell you about Complete Nutrition. You know, back on track to go ahead and lose some weight. I've already lost several pounds, and I use Mancore. I use a couple of other supplements from Complete Nutrition. You guys know that, but overall, I've lost over 20 pounds, over 3 inches around my waist, and now I'm back in the swing of things since my neck is better, and no longer am I sidelined. I can actually start working out again. And here's the deal. If you're a woman who needs to lose weight, you go to Complete Nutrition, ask them about Refirm for Women. If you're a guy and you're over the age of 30, you ask them about Mancore. If you just want protein, you just want vitamins, you just want some other supplements, things like that, you want some, maybe a water pill, something like that, go to Complete Nutrition. I'm telling you right now, everything that they have works great. And you can even test the protein shakes and things like that before you even buy them. You can do that right there in the store. Folks, Complete Nutrition, I've been a customer of theirs for years before I even came to this state. Before I was endorsing them, I don't get paid any cash by Complete Nutrition to endorse them. I get a little stipend for some supplements because I use their products. That's how much I believe in that company and what they sell. Contact Complete Nutrition today, CompleteNutritionSouthBend.com. You can also visit them in person at the UP Mall. Mention me, and you get a nice little discount off your order as well. All right, so for several days, I've had this. I just I haven't gotten to it yet. I even considered pushing it till tomorrow, but now that everybody else is caught up with me and is starting to talk about it, I don't want to let it go and seem like I'm the guy behind because I had it before everybody else. And Zach is my confirmation on that about the bullying story.
Yeah.
And I've had it for days, and now everybody else is talking about it, so they all caught up because I haven't talked about it yet. A father in Texas has filed a formal complaint charging that the coaches at Aledo High School, he's alleging that they are bullies. And they are, this is not a joke. Aledo High School with bullying after the Aledo High Bearcats beat the tar out of the Cougars of Western Hills High School by a score of 91-0. 91-0. By the way, most lopsided football game in the NFL was Chicago Bears trouncing the Washington Redskins. That was done a long time. I think the Bears put up 71. So 91-0. The man's son plays on the Western Hills High football team. School officials at Aledo High on the outskirts of Fort Worth have made a copy of the complaint publicly available. Father's name is blacked out of it. Yeah, you file a complaint, have the guts to have your name out there. We all witnessed bullying firsthand. This is a quote from the document. It is not a pretty sight, the complaint reads. I did not know what to say on the ride home to explain the behavior of the Aledo coaches for not easing up. The unidentified parent apparently filled out a web-based bullying form for a description of what occurred. He wrote unsportsmanlike conduct from 7:30 to 10. In a section concerning witnesses, the frustrated father identified everyone in the football stadium. He also suggested that the blowout had to have been an awkward experience for the winning team, too. I thought about how tough it must have been for the parents of the Aledo football players to explain what happened, the displeased dad reflected. Tim Buchanan, the football coach at Aledo High, agreed on his last point. You don't want to see their kids give up 91 points, he said. Our kids weren't very excited at the end of the game either. However, Buchanan adamantly defended his coaching staff and his players against the bullying charge. I'm not going to ask a football player to go out on the field and not play hard, he said. Buchanan also said that he benched his starters after the first quarter. So they only played the first quarter. He put his backups in. So then he put in the second string. Second string continues to do what the first string did. Then he takes the second string out. I'm not making this up. And he put in the third string. the third string continued to beat the tar out of this other team. So it's not like he left his A players in there to continue to destroy this other team. I'm not going to tell a kid that comes out here and practices 6 to 7 hours a week trying to get ready for football games, hey, you can't score a touchdown if you get in. You're going to have to take a knee. Because that may be the only touchdown that kid gets to score in his entire high school career, he said. Under state law, the principal of Aledo High is now required to investigate the bullying complaint and actually write a report about this. Now, just for a moment, can you imagine? This is happening in the United States of America. Now, I know we've been talking an awful lot about various scenarios involving all of this, but we're getting rid of tackle football. In some places, they're making it flag football. You can't play your star players. Teachers are getting, coaches are actually getting suspended and relieved of duty for a week or 2 weeks at a time. $200 fines for teams that score more than 30 points. You have to take a knee in various other scenarios. I just, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the United States. This is some weird, bizarro world where we don't like winning. Then I'm going to speak to you here as a man. No man files that complaint. I'm not saying it was a woman that did it, pretended to be a man. I'm saying no man files that complaint. There is no actual man on the face of the earth that files a bullying complaint because his kid's football team got really beat up on at a football game. Doesn't happen. Absolutely doesn't happen. I don't know where this guy spends his time. I don't know what he does for a living. I don't know how he sips his tea. I really don't know. But he ain't a man. So you go to the Daily Mail over here. In actuality, we probably could have scored a lot more if we hadn't done the running the clock and done some other things, he said. So they were actually running the clock down. I was really fearful we were actually going to score 100 points. So this coach is putting in his second stringers, he's putting in his third stringers. He's doing everything he can. He's playing clock ball is what we call it, where you're not really trying to score fast. You're just trying to run the clock out. The Aledo Bearcats are a dominating team. So far this season, they are unbeaten and have completed their games with a combined score 485-47. Wow, that's impressive. And, I mean, this dad is alleging that his kid is having trouble sleeping. I mean, it's just, I don't have words, folks. I don't have words. Rusty, welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Hey, I want to say this right. My mother remarried when I was 7 years old, and my stepfather saw that I was getting bullied. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, I'm a redhead stepchild here. And the way he told me to do this was to go out, and there was an entire group of boys. There were 7 boys from the same family, mm-hmm. and to pick them out and fight each one of them one at a time. Mm-hmm. And he did not come out and support me, but the other father was out there. So I got my butt beat by the big boy. Mm-hmm. Then I picked the next one. After that, I got my butt kicked again. I then stood up. I picked the next one down, and I got my butt kicked again. Mm-hmm. And then the other father said, okay, that's enough. And the bullying stopped for me. I came back to the house, and I broke down in tears, and my new stepfather said, you did a good job.
How about that? That's a dad.
That stuck with me forever.
I'll bet. I appreciate the call, man. You take care. Right. I got to run.
All right, bye.
Hannity's up next. Start your day with Michiana's Morning News tomorrow.